Now let's move on here. Tax laws from the Bush era took the estate tax down to 0% for 2010. Now in the Obama era, the tax is scheduled to come back to a top rate of 55%. Here's Americans for Limited Government's Rebecca Rast with her commentary on what's known as the death tax.
There are a lot of people who think that the estate tax, also known as the death tax, is simply a tax for the wealthy. But for those whose wealth is in their land, be it cattle or agriculture, a lot of times the estate tax will then force them to sell their land, even if it's simply just being handed down to the next generation and not at all changing hands. Take the case of Elizabeth Marshall Mabee, whose family has owned a ranch in Humboldt County in California since the 1880s. When Mabee's grandmother passed in 2005, she inherited the ranch and an IRS death tax bill of more than $2 million. Mabee is now faced with the realization that she is going to have to sell parts, if not all of her land, just to pay the government. Mabee's case shows a dilemma that ranchers and farmers face when their land is passed down from one generation to the next. Either sell their livelihood to corporate farms or developers, or bury themselves in mountains of debt. In 2010, farmers and ranchers did not have to worry about the death tax as it was eliminated, but it is scheduled to go back to a 55% rate for every dollar in an estate above $1 million starting January 1st, 2011. While there are those who champion the need to tax the wealthy, it's important to remember stories like Elizabeth Mabee's. It's also important to remember the thousands of other family farmers and ranchers who could lose their land at any time because of this tax. To sum it up, the death tax should just stay in its grave.
All right, thank you very much, Rebecca. And that's all the time we have. Join us again next time for the week ahead. For more on these and other topics, visit our webpage, getliberty.org.